Happy Monday, Bobcat teachers and scholars. Welcome to another week of teaching and learning. Today, scholars, I want you to remember how smart you are. Remember that every day our goal is to make sure that we build your brilliance because I know that you are smart. You are the best students in Memphis, Shelby County schools. Don't let anybody keep you from learning, keep you from believing that you can be the best because great things are always happening at the Hill. Let's get started with our morning announcements.
Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with him, justice for all. Good morning, Bobcats are parables. I think positive. I think positively. I take ownership for my actions. I make wise choices. I am excited about new learning. I will reach my goals. I forgive others and myself. I am understanding of differences. I am a leader. I am a Bobcat. Please pause for a moment of silence.
Now, scholars, if you are new to the Hill, I just wanted to give you just a little reminder that throughout the year we have just because treat days. So you must always follow our 3 school-wide rules, which are to be respectful, responsible, and ready to learn, because you never know if this day is a treat day. In our 3R approach spotlight, if you remember, on Friday we spotlighted grade 1 and grade 3 students in Ms. Harris's class for following the 3R approach by being on Bobcat Zone 0 in the hallway. Well, on Friday, we were looking to see if more classes were following the 3R approach. Check out these kindergartners, and if you look very closely, you'll see some of our grade 5 seniors in the building coming out of the cafeteria, also on Bobcat Zone 0. Take a look now. Did you see those grade K students? And their teacher was not even with them. They had a student who was in charge, and she was watching that line. We can't wait to see you when you grow up, Miss Casali, because we see a teacher in you. Remember, today we'll be looking for more classes, more grades who are following the 3R approach in our hallway, because other classes will be testing this week as well as we continue with reading, makeups, math, and science Mastery Connect tests we had on Friday. On the screen, you'll see just a few of the photos that we captured of our adopters and community partners who came out to read to our scholars in grades K through 5. Now, they didn't read to our pre-K scholars because we had some very special student readers. Take a look at them now. Take a look at our students in the spotlight. Today we are shining a light on some very special grade 5 scholars who went over to the annex building and read to our pre-K students. Take a look at them reading to their small groups. Not only did they read to these students, they asked them questions about the characters, the setting, and the details that were going on in the story. Grade 5 scholars, you did such a good job that our pre-K students are asking for you to be able to come back and read to them soon. So scholars, if you were not chosen to read this month, maybe you'll be chosen to be a reader on next month. Great job to these grade 5 scholars. We are so proud of you. Keep up the great work. In our school-wide events and activities, we are continuing with our participation in the Read to Achieve, which is sponsored by our Memphis Grizzlies. Tonight's homework is to read for 20 minutes. Now, scholars, remember, you are trying to show us how brilliant you are. Make sure that you are courageously concentrating as you take your Mastery Connect assessments. Scholars, these tests are a little bit longer than the first two because this test will tell us which things we need to go back over and review with you before our TCAP test. We will take our TCAP test in exactly 25 school days. So, scholars, we really need for you to make sure that you're doing your best because we don't want to waste your time going over something that you already know how to do. So that's why we're asking you to take your time and concentrate on your assessments this week. We will be continuing with math and science and reading makeups. Now, Friday was not only our Read Across America, but thanks to our pre-K scholars, it was also PJ Day. And so I want to thank each of you who remembered to put on your pajamas and come to the school so that we could have a little fun on Friday for Dr. Seuss's birthday. And we truly hope that you enjoyed reading your new book that you took home on Friday. We'll have to see what our next theme day will be, but I know we have one coming up on this Friday. I will talk to you about this theme day during tomorrow's morning announcement. Bobcat teachers and scholars, we have exactly 5 days left in this 9-week period. Not only do we just have 5 days left in this 9-week period, but in exactly 5 days, do you know what time it is going to be? It is going to be time for spring break. During spring break, we have exactly 9 days. 9 days where teachers and students are out of school. If you count the 2 weekends, that's 9 days. So, scholars, we are just asking for you to concentrate for just 5 more days, and then we all get a 9-day break. Now, I know that it's going to be very hard for you to concentrate, so we'll have some special treats for those students who are concentrating. I'll be around to see who's concentrating this morning. Maybe you'll get one early in the day.
3GC Literacy Pledge. I promise to read each day
the key to grow up right. I read to myself, I read to the crowd. It makes no difference if silent or loud. I read at my desk, at home, and at school, on a beanbag or bed, by a fire or pool. Each book that I read puts smarts in my head, because rain grows more thoughts, the more they are fed. Come rain or come shine, snow, wind, or sleet, each day of the week, reading's a treat. So I take this pledge to make reading my way, of feeding my brain what it needs every day. By Deborah Angustein.
Speaking of concentrating, today's classroom spotlight goes to our grade K scholars in Miss Dickens' class. These scholars were caught building their brilliance. If you look closely, you will see that as Miss Dickens is doing her small group Mastery Connect testing, the other scholars are courageously concentrating as they are writing their numbers, and they were writing their numbers all the way up to, I saw one child that had 52 on his paper. The scholars were challenged to write the numbers as high as they could go. I saw 18, 19, 20. These scholars were really concentrating. But what I noticed the most is that when Miss Dickens was over at her small group table, no one got up to bother her. So, scholars, as we do more small groups to make sure that you are ready for the next grade level and ready for your assessment, that TCAP assessment in 25 days, it is vitally important that you concentrate really hard and not bother your teachers when they go to the small group table. We'll be looking to spotlight more classes that have students in small groups this week. Today we have two scholars to celebrate. Over the weekend, Harmony Glass and Cameron Harris had birthdays. Harmony and Cameron, we are so excited to have you with us today at the Hill so that we can celebrate by gifting you an extra day of birthday wishes. Now, when you see Harmony and Cameron in the hallway, the cafeteria, outside on the playground for recess, even if you don't see them until it is time for them to be dismissed from school this afternoon, be sure to give them both a special Bobcat birthday shout out. Now, for those of you in the room with Harmony and Cameron right at this moment, help me give them a special birthday shout out by turning, pointing to them, and saying, Happy birthday! All right, scholars, it is time for our hard facts. And we are going to listen today. We have been doing multiplication, but today you must be ready. Today we will be doing addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Pay close attention. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, scholars, are you ready? Just a reminder that you have 3 seconds. In 3 seconds only. Answer the addition, subtraction, and multiplication facts. Attention. Let's go. 820. 38 minus 6. Now, scholars, I know that it seems like that was a big number, but first you needed to subtract 8 minus 6. And you knew that was 2, and all you had to do was bring down that 3. Keep working. I know that you will get it. 9 plus 9. 18. That is one of our double facts. You need to learn your double facts. It's important. Your facts where you're adding the same number 2 times. 9 plus 9 is 18. When you learn those double facts, it helps you to learn your multiplication facts because 9 plus 9 is the same as 9 times 2, and 9 times 2 is also 18. So remember, repeated addition helps you learn your multiplication facts. International holidays. Scholars, today is National Sons Day. So I want to take this opportunity to wish my own son Devon and every boy in the building a happy National Sons Day. In addition to it being National Sons Day, today is also National Grammar Day. Now, we have been focusing on writing, and so today's challenge is for you to focus on writing again this week, but as you write, remember to check your spelling, scholars. Check to make sure that you capitalize the beginning of your sentences. Make sure that you put punctuation at the end of your sentences. And I'm going to ask one more thing, that you try to write shorter sentences. I've seen sentences with 10 to 15 words in them. Try to write sentences with only about 5 words in them, and then you put a punctuation mark in there. So this week, I want us to focus on grammar because grammar will also help us to make our writing a little bit better. Now, if you're wondering about the grammar and the spelling, most of the teachers have you to correct some spelling errors inside of the morning message, for instance. I know that Dr. Rucker does that on a daily basis. That's a really good way to make sure that you're remembering all of the rules for spelling the words. So today, remember, we are checking spelling, capitalization, and punctuation when we write, and we're trying to limit our sentences to about 5 words if we can. 7 if you're in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but 5 if you're in the lower grades. That's pre-K, K, 1, 2, and 3. Today's Read Aloud, Scholars, is entitled The Big Cheese. I want you to take a look at the cover and make a prediction about what you think today's story will be about. It's such an interesting title. I just couldn't read it the regular way. Teachers, after students make a prediction about today's story, it is 9 minutes and 21 seconds long. In addition to our read aloud, of course, we have our bonus freeze dance brain break for the day because it said there was a possibility of rain, so I wanted to make sure that I put at least one in there for you for today. We also have our sight word exercise for our pre-K and K scholars. We have our fortnight sight words for our scholars in grades 1 and 2. We are breaking it down for our scholars in grade 3. And we are reviewing fractions for our scholars in grades 4 and 5. Now, scholars, we have exactly 5 days left in this grading period. If you haven't already done so, it would be a great time for you to check in with your teachers to make sure that you don't have any missing assignments, because when we get back from spring break, you will be getting your report card for this third 9-week period. You want to make sure that you are on track to being promoted to the next grade. This 9-week period is the one that is crucially important. So if you haven't done so, please check in with your teachers. And don't forget that we'll be having multiple treats again this week. And we're looking to see who is following the rules and who is concentrating. I'll be around to see you soon. Remember, every day we're building brilliant Bobcats because we are raising the bar by believing in ourselves, achieving our goals, and reimagining our future.